Most people wake up every single day chasing popularity instead of purpose, chasing attention instead of assignment, chasing applause instead of impact. And that's why they feel empty even when they look successful. Purpose over popularity means you stop living for the opinions of people who won't be there when life gets hard. It means you stop refreshing your phone for validation and start refreshing your mindset for growth. When you chase popularity, you adjust your voice depending on who's listening. You water yourself down to fit in rooms you were never called to stay in. But when you chase purpose, you become rooted, you become unshakable, you understand that your assignment is bigger than someone's approval. Purpose gives you direction when emotions try to confuse you. Purpose gives you discipline when motivation disappears. Purpose wakes you up before the alarm clock because something inside you knows you were built for more. And listen, popularity is loud, but purpose is quiet. Popularity wants to be seen. Purpose wants to be fulfilled. Popularity is temporary. It fades with trends, seasons, and opinions. But purpose outlives you. Purpose creates legacy. The problem is most people are afraid to chase purpose because purpose requires sacrifice. It requires you to walk alone sometimes. It requires you to be misunderstood. It requires you to say no to things that feel good but lead nowhere. And that's uncomfortable, but growth has never been comfortable. You can't become extraordinary living an ordinary, approval-driven life. When you choose purpose over popularity, you stop asking, how many people are watching me? And start asking, who am I becoming? You stop counting followers and start counting progress. You stop measuring success by applause and stop measuring it by alignment. Because at the end of the day, the crowd didn't give you your calling, so the crowd can't take it away. The same people cheering today might criticize tomorrow. If your identity is built on popularity, you'll collapse under pressure. But if your identity is anchored in purpose, you'll stand firm in every storm. And here's the truth, purpose will stretch you. It will test you. It will demand a version of you that you haven't met yet. But that's the point. You were never meant to stay who you are right now. You were meant to evolve. So stop dimming your light to make others comfortable. Stop shrinking your vision to fit small conversations. Stop trading your destiny for temporary validation. If you have to choose between being liked and being called, choose being called. If you have to choose between fitting in and fulfilling your assignment, choose fulfillment. Because one day, when it's all said and done, nobody will remember how many likes you had. They will remember the lives you changed, the impact you made, the courage you showed when it would have been easier to quit. That's what purpose does. It turns pain into power, pressure into preparation, and discipline into destiny. So chase purpose relentlessly, even when it's lonely, even when it's hard, even when nobody understands your vision. Because when you live on purpose, you don't just succeed, you matter. Pain is part of the process when you decide to chase purpose, and the sooner you accept that, the stronger you become. Everybody wants purpose, but not everybody wants the pressure that comes with it. Everybody wants the dream, but not everybody wants the discipline. When you commit to something bigger than yourself, life will test that commitment. There will be days when you feel exhausted, overlooked, and doubted. There will be nights when you question if it's even worth it. That's not a sign to quit. That's a sign you're growing. Purpose doesn't develop in comfort zones. It develops in conflict. Just like muscles grow under resistance, your character grows under pressure. You can't ask for greatness and then complain about the grind. The grind is the gateway. The struggle is the school. The setbacks are the setup. Every obstacle you face is building endurance, sharpening focus, and strengthening resilience. When doors close, it's not rejection, it's redirection. When people doubt you, it's not the end, it's fuel. The pain you feel today is shaping the power you'll walk in tomorrow. Think about it. Diamonds are formed under extreme pressure, not ease. Gold is refined in fire, not comfort. And if you want to become rare, you must be willing to endure what's required to refine you. Too many people walk away the moment it gets hard. They interpret difficulty as failure instead of formation. But the truth is, purpose will stretch you beyond your limits because your limits were never meant to define you. The version of you that can handle success must first survive struggle. The leader must first learn discipline. The visionary must first endure isolation. You may have to walk alone for a season. You may have to sacrifice sleep, distractions, and temporary pleasures. But those sacrifices are investments. Every early morning, every late night, every tear, every disappointment, it's all preparing you. Pain forces clarity, pain forces growth, pain forces transformation. When you go through something hard, you discover what you're really made of. You realize you're stronger than your excuses, tougher than your fears, and more capable than your doubts. This storm doesn't destroy you, it reveals you. And here's the powerful part. When you survive the struggle, you build confidence that can't be shaken. Not the loud confidence that comes from attention, but the quiet confidence that comes from endurance. You know what you've overcome. You know what you've pushed through. That kind of strength can't be given, it must be earned. So when life tests you, don't ask, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this building in me? Every setback is training. Every hardship is conditioning. Every delay is development. The process may be painful, but the purpose is priceless. If you quit during the pain, you'll never experience the power on the other side. If you run from pressure, you'll never see your potential. So stand firm, stay disciplined, keep moving forward even when it feels slow. Progress is still progress, even if it's painful. One day you'll look back and realize the hardest seasons were the ones that shaped you the most. And when that moment comes, you won't regret the pain, you'll be grateful for the strength it produced. Sacrifice today for significance tomorrow, that's the price of purpose. You cannot chase something meaningful while clinging to everything comfortable. Purpose will demand that you give up what's easy so you can grow into what's extraordinary. Most people want success, but they don't want separation. They want impact, but they don't want isolation. They want the reward, but they resist the requirement. The truth is, purpose costs. It costs time, it costs energy, it costs comfort. It may even cost relationships that only survived because you were playing small. When you decide to chase purpose, you outgrow environments that no longer align with your calling, and growth can feel lonely. There will be nights when you're studying while others are sleeping. There will be mornings when you're working while others are relaxing. There will be moments when people question your focus because they don't understand your vision. But understand this, short-term pleasure can never compete with long-term purpose. Every sacrifice you make today is an investment in who you are becoming tomorrow. When you say no to distractions, you say yes to destiny. When you say no to procrastination, you say yes to progress. When you say no to mediocrity, you say yes to mastery. Sacrifice is not loss, it's leverage. You are trading temporary comfort for permanent growth. You are exchanging entertainment for elevation. You are choosing discipline over regret, and regret is expensive. Regret is waking up years from now wondering what would have happened if you had stayed committed. Regret is knowing you had potential but chose comfort. Purpose protects you from regret because it forces you to act now. It forces you to stretch now. It forces you to commit now, and commitment changes everything. The people you admire, the leaders you respect, the champions you celebrate, they all paid a price. They missed parties, they endured criticism, they sacrificed convenience. but in exchange they built something that lasted. They created impact that outlived opinions. Significance is not built overnight. It is built in unseen moments of discipline. It is built when nobody is clapping. It is built when quitting feels easier than continuing. That's where purpose is proven in the private decisions. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you strengthen your future. Every time you choose focus over distraction, you move closer to legacy. Sacrifice doesn't mean you'll never rest. It means you rest with intention. It means you understand seasons. There is a season to grind and a season to harvest, but if you never plant through sacrifice, you'll never reap significance. The future you dream about is waiting on the discipline you practice today. The life you pray for is connected to the habits you build right now. So ask yourself, what are you willing to give up to become who you were meant to be? Comfort, approval, fear, excuses, because purpose demands courage. It demands that you bet on yourself even when results are slow. It demands faith when progress feels invisible. But if you stay committed, if you stay disciplined, if you stay willing to sacrifice, one day you will look back and realize that every no you said to comfort was a powerful yes to your calling, and that's significance.